She opens the door a bit later, dressed in my clothes with the long sleeves of the shirt hanging past her hands, the pants trailing on the ground behind her. That's kind of cute. These clothes are a little big for me, Layla writes. You look fine, I tell her. It's not like you'll be fighting in these clothes at the arena. It's just until your own clothes dry off. Come on, let's go inside. I want to tell you what I found out about reading from my notebook. We both enter her room. I spend the next 15 minutes telling her the most important parts about my findings. She listens closely to what I have to say while taking a bite from the beef jerky I gave her. Every so often, after I've done talking, she puts the jerky on the bed beside her. She starts to write. From what you're telling me, later writes, I understand that our biggest problem by far will be the troll and his higher than average regeneration. Our higher than average is an understatement, honestly. Yeah, I tell her, it's already known that a troll can regenerate fast enough to not die from a wound to the heart. A troll being able to survive with his head cut off is something that I didn't even think was possible. I guess it goes to show how little we really know about regeneration in general. I mean, you could probably like chop his limbs off, then that way he won't be able to move, and just keep them in separate corners of the arena and just, I don't know, wait it out till the crowd gets bored. Whatever. According to all the books I've read, a living being that's had his head severed from his body should not be able to live any longer, regardless of how high its regeneration is. The fact that the body could even regenerates its head contradicts our most basic knowledge about how a troll's body is supposed to work. A troll didn't regenerate its head. Clayton writes, their head kept talking from the ground. The body had to pick it back up. You're right, I say. That means that the link between the body and the head is somehow not broken, even after the two of them got separated. Maybe we can use this if the troll is still using its head. If the troll is still using its head to see and hear even after it's been severed from the body, then we can cut his head off, pick it up and then blindfold it, or leave something, leaving his body defenseless. I don't think that the troll would leave himself open like that again in the arena. Otherwise, he used the element of surprise before, but now he knows how fast I am. He won't let me cut his head off again so easily. Well, the only way we can kill a regular troll, I say, is either by cutting his head off or by burning it alive. Cutting the head off is not an option. The only alternative we have is left is fire. That being said, getting access to any sort of flame will be next to impossible in the arena. The troll is even wearing anti-magic armor, which gives him protection to fire. If we somehow manage to find a way to burn him, we'd first have to damage his armor badly enough that the magical protection on it would wear off. Can you not like bypass it like anywhere it's not covered in armor? Or does that now how it works? Is this like bikini armor, so you just wear on your tits and cooch and it just protects your entire body? Or maybe it's like that, who knows. Do you think we should talk about all this with other members of our division? Layla says, we can come up with some ideas. Fuck, this is difficult. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to hear their opinion on the matter. No, let them find their own information. We almost died to get ours. I mean, this would be problematic. As long as they know more, they would be a bit more helpful in the arena. I think would be better. Though I personally don't like it, giving them information, but I think we should. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to hear their opinion on the matter. Layla knows. Alright, then I say, let's go knock on the door and we'll have a meet up in the recreation room. I turn to leave the room. Layla grabs me by the sleeve. She stops me in her tracks. I turn back towards her. I see that the blue writing in front of her face simply says wait. The blue writing then quickly disappears, being replaced by the next text. Can we do this later? Layla writes, later? I ask her confused. After my clothes have dried, Layla writes with a pleading look in her face as she shows me the long sleeves hanging from her wrist. Oh, right, I say. Sorry, I forgot. I pause for a few seconds. On second thought, I say, maybe we should have this discussion tomorrow, during our final recreation period. The arena events won't start until the day after tomorrow, so we'll have plenty of time to make a strategy. I don't really feel like knocking on everyone's door as if I were trying to distribute a bunch of pamphlets, plus some of them might not even agree to the meeting if I call them. I think they'll be more inclined to hear me tomorrow when we are all in the same room. Layla nods. Then I'm going to return to my room and try to dig up some more information. I say I'll search for every note that I've written regarding regeneration. I'll try and to see if I can make some sense of the situation. Maybe if we properly understand the troll's ability, we can find a way to counter it. Let me know if you come up with any ideas in the meantime. I will. Layla writes, well then I guess I'm off. I say I'll see you again tomorrow. See you later. Layla writes, and then I'll leave a room, go back to my own. As I close the door to my room behind me, I pick up my notebook once again. My thoughts race towards the Lassetti, who offered me the deal with the king. I still haven't told any of my friends about it. Should I tell them about it? I thought it would be an option, but okay. No, I shouldn't make them worry needlessly. If I'm to tell them of this, then it'll be after the arena when everyone will be safe. As I'm lost in thought while mechanically turning the pages of my notebook one by one, my eyes chance upon a paragraph that I've seemed to have skipped the last few times I was skimming through these texts. The paragraph mentions a theory that is not very popular among scholars, which states that the high regeneration of some creatures may be a result of an innate difference between their aura and ours. What does that even mean? I mean, how would their regeneration be affected by... Oh, it's because their auras are special. Oh, okay. I just wanted to say something. I've noticed that whenever I record, like on my fucking PC, I record this, the audio of this. And that seems always fine. Like whenever I listen to the audio and I'm rendering everything, even the output file is completely fine. I think YouTube does something. I know that YouTube lowers the brightness of the video, compresses the file, so the quality is obviously not as grand as you would like. Because obviously they have limited storage space and whatnot. They can't just have like everyone uploading 4K and all that. But yeah, I wish they wouldn't fuck with the audio at least. I mean, audio files are not that big anyway. But yeah, I've seen that my videos, when I listen to them on YouTube itself, sound like a bit weird. It's like I have a cheaper mic than I do. And while the quality of the audio is great where I'm recording on my own, but when I upload it, oh man, it goes to fucking shit. I'm gonna have to get a new mic or figure out what the technicalities of this whole thing is, because I record in 320 kbps and upload in the same, but whatever. Where was I? Yeah, I suddenly remember Aiden's lecture before you entered the city. Well, he was telling me that if you mess enough with a person's aura, you can even stop them from aging. If what he told me is true, then it wouldn't be that far of a stretch to assume that a special type of aura could grant someone a high regeneration rate. If that is the case, then could this aura perhaps also help in keeping the limbs functional, even if they're severed from the body? I'll admit that my knowledge about aura is limited, but the little I know, a person's aura is not supposed to have unlimited range. What would happen if the troll's head would be taken too far from the body? Would it, after it's been cut off, would this consciousness fade away? Would that make him die for good? If we even managed to cut the troll's head off again, this is definitely something that's worth testing out. I ended up spending the day trying to look for more information to confirm my theory. Unfortunately, not a lot of research has been done on the subject, since most people can barely even read the level of magic power in someone's aura. So most people can't read the level of magic power in someone's aura. Really? You know, it more shows it's one of the biggest things that people are capable of detecting how strong a person is. I suppose it's not that common, to be honest with you. I mean, I remember in Dragon Ball Z, you couldn't really tell. Most, people in the Frieza Force and everyone used to use scouters. Hell, even Vegeta couldn't tell how strong they were. After they became strong, like in Z, later on Z, and after in Super, they definitely can tell just from someone's aura how strong they are. Which is, something. So apparently only the strong can detect aura. I don't know why it feels like, detecting aura should be... I think it's because of, what's it called? Cultivation manuas that I read. And because in any cultivation or martial manua that I read, that they can definitely tell how strong a person is when they approach them. At least they can tell that they are stronger than them, even if they can't get an exact read on it. So this is still a little bit weird for me that they can't tell the level of magic power in someone's aura. So the theory that an aura could influence a body's regeneration has been deemed as not grounded in facts by most respectable groups of scholars, and the few who wanted to pursue this theory did not receive the appropriate funding to do so. I spent my whole day researching this, and all I had to show for it is an outlandish theory based on another outlandish theory whose validity hinges mostly on one of Aiden's offhanded remarks. Better than nothing, I guess. I put my notebook back in my backpack and I prepared to go to sleep. I will have more time to study tomorrow. Before falling asleep, Leila came to knock on my door in order to bring me back my clothes. I asked her if she came up with any ideas, but she said that the only thing that came to her mind was that we could try to crush the troll's head after we behead him, in the hopes that the head will no longer regenerate after it's been cut off. Did we tell her that we should take it off and let it run? The next day, our recreation period was scheduled towards noon. As I stepped out of my cell to meet others, I noticed to my surprise that everyone was gathered in the middle of the room, sitting on the floor except for Wilhelm, who was standing up shuffling a deck of cards.